Dear viewers and subscribers, welcome again to our YouTube channel Max the Service. Please subscribe and press the bell icon to receive all notifications regarding any video we are uploading on this channel. Before moving forward with the rest of microservice architecture and its component like config, auth, API gateway, and also other services, I realized that we must be starting with GitHub Action to make all of this automatic. To make our flow automatic, I just created an example how to integrate and implement GitHub Action with our current demo project, which is based on Spring Boot and Angular. So let's start how to integrate and print hello message with GitHub Action with Spring Boot application. Okay guys, today we will be demonstrating how to integrate GitHub Action Workflow with our current project. We have been working with demo project with the series of all DevOps and full stack development. So you can go into GitHub and here is GitHub. You can go and clone whatever you want. So it is a demo project and demo UI available for you. So you can start working with this because whatever I am doing with this project, I have been updating and committing to GitHub. So today our aim is to just integrate GitHub Action workflow. For that you must have some basic prerequisites, some basic knowledge of basic no knowledge of GitHub. Okay, and then you must have a GitHub account, and you must have your development environment like project. We have this project demo project with the backend Java Spring Boot, and then we have demo UI in Angular. So as a full stack development, everything I'm doing practically I'm committing into GitHub repository. To start with GitHub Action, first I will go to our repository, and here you will be clicking on action, right? After going to action, then remember that you must go into your first repository because you are going to create your GitHub action for that demo project. So for demo UI we will be creating other one. Okay, so right now we have number of options like Docker image, Docker publishing Java project as a package with Maven, and we will be using just with Maven. So today we are going to just print hello world message, and for that I will be just going with the Java and Maven. Okay, furthermore because we are using Maven with Spring Boot, so that I'm choosing as a basic Java with Maven. So we have also number of options. We can also choose if we are using any other language. We can also choose other template. So these are the templates because you can start with creating .github folder, and under that GitHub workflow, then you can create your YML file. So to avoid all of this and make sure the syntax and everything to be fine, then just I will be uh, creating that workflow with this template. So here you can see that we have name like Java's CI continuous integration with Maven, and then we have action on push and pull request. Whenever someone will create pull request, this workflow will execute, and all the jobs and steps, everything what we have mentioned will execute one by one. And on every push, whenever we will be doing some coding and we will be typing like git push, then this workflow again will trigger. So I will show you. So first of all I just will be printing hello world Okay, and for that I will just need to run a command like I can just remove everything. Okay, and here you can see I will be, it's a step name display message, and here I will be providing echo max the service. Okay guys, so rest of I'm going to delete to avoid confusion. Once we have done, because right now we are just creating, implementing, integrating GitHub Action with our current project. So after this we will start working with a lot of more like Docker Compose, Maven build, everything will be handling through this workflow. So I will be just committing this change. Okay, and here we need to create Maven file name, and now I am going to create demo YML, and this is GitHub Action Workflow file for demo project, right? Okay. Okay, now we have maven.yml, and whenever we will push, here you can see it will started, because I have committed this, and it is started workflow like build, and here you can see display message, the message is max the service. Okay, from coding perspective, because we don't have this workflow folder, so I will run git pull, sorry, I will be moving to demo folder and then git pull. Great, here you can see that we have GitHub demo, GitHub workflow and Maven. Okay, so just to demonstrate it again, hello max the service, just I will be running command git add git commit message change in the message, and then I will write git push. So this workflow will run again. Here you will see, because on push, yeah, change in the message. So you will be able to see the message hello maxi service. Here you can see. So guys, this is very simple and very important, because onward whatever we are going to automate like continuous integration, continuous deployment, CICD features, apart from what even though on any event on GitHub, because if someone from your team is going to push the code or creating merge requests, whatever action he is performing in the team, then you can run this workflow to make sure that all the stuff on the repository, your project is up to date and working fine. There is no any issue with the current code, with the current structure, everything is working fine, so that you can deploy that easily, even though we will be deploying all of this with the GitHub action. So in next session I will be starting with more action, like we will be building this project with Maven build, and then we will be using Docker Compose and Docker file, and again we will be deploying all these images. After building those images with Docker Compose, we will be deploying on those pushing those images to the Docker desktop. Okay, Docker Hub. From Docker Hub we can then clone and deploy all those images on the cloud like AWS last example we have done, and you can also watch that, and that is also available on Max the Service channel. Step further, where I will show you how to execute GitHub Action Workflow with Maven build. What we actually do when we start working with Maven here on our local system, you see that we just let me clear it. We just run command like Maven clean install, okay, and you get the result, because it what actually Maven do, it work for you to download all the dependencies what we have mentioned in the POM file, and all the required stuff it automatically download, get the from internet and download for you. So you don't need to download any dependency, and then you don't need to integrate that one, okay. So now I want to do this by workflow. What is the problem statement? Problem statement is, okay, let's suppose I am running a Maven build on my local machine successfully, and I want also to be done this GitHub action, so that anyone get pull request, get clone from the uh, GitHub my repository, all the code should be stopped. So after that, the good benefit of this activity is, whatever I will be doing, okay, whatever I'll be doing with my code and structure, it will be automatically tested, and it will be automatically Maven built. So how it will be done, let me show you with some example. Right now we are using VS Code, and here is the total structure which we have been using, like we are using MySQL DB, and we also have been using Docker Compose apart from Docker, and for automation and project management tool we are using Maven, and Java lab, framework we are using Spring Boot. We in last session we also implement circuit breaker, resilience 4J, and right now we are working with GitHub Action to complete CICD, and we are also using uh, version control management system, Git and GitHub. So what is the problem statement? Let's suppose I have my local machine, okay. Let's suppose this is my local machine. Let me show you example of, here is my local machine, okay. So whatever I will be doing, when I will run Maven command like mvn clean install, it will download all the dependency of my project whatever we have on my local machine. And here we have GitHub, okay. Whenever we push our code, okay, we push our code to GitHub, right. Here let's suppose I am running git push, my source code will be sourced on GitHub. So on GitHub I also want, if I want to run the same command, GitHub definitely will be using some runner machine. So here I am using my local machine, which is Windows. GitHub might be using some Linux or any other. So I will also be presenting how this works. Let's suppose GitHub will use as a runner uh, Linux environment, okay, and it will host your code on GitHub, and it will use runner, okay, runner Linux, and it also required some stuff to execute Maven, which might be Java. If you are using Java, then you must be define a JDK, and all of this will be done by GitHub Action, okay. So what GitHub action will do, GitHub action will actually do Maven automation. Okay, we will ask Maven GitHub, we will integrate GitHub action, and it will ask GitHub to run automation. Okay, and our GitHub environment will use Linux with Java and Maven. Okay, apart from our project. So whenever we will because we will mention event, on which event I want to run this GitHub action workflow. Right now I'm going to just ask GitHub, okay, I'm going to create workflow with GitHub action. Whenever I will push command, I will git push, please execute the workflow, okay, execute the workflow I have mentioned. Okay, so on GitHub this will execute workflow, and GitHub action will define what are those steps it should be taken. Okay, now let's start practically. Okay, so here I have been running clean Maven on my local machine, and now I am going to create workflow. To create workflow, in last session we have seen that how we can create workflow. Just we will be going into repository, which is demo, and I will be clicking on action, and here I already have workflow image, but I also want to create new workflow. I don't want to use this one. So here is Java with Maven, right? So I am using template. So here I will be having almost required stuff to execute my Maven workflow, Maven build, and here I want some change, like right now I want to execute Maven. I'm not going to packaging, Maven clean install and skip test. Okay, I will be deleting rest of. So it will clean first whatever is installed with dependency of this project, and then it will install all the information defined in the POM. It will automatically use POM. So I'm going to run this command whenever anyone will push code to this. Let's suppose if there is any other developer, whenever this developer will create push command, okay, if dev2 get push by dev2, okay, if developer 2 will push this command, it will get execute. And if let's suppose there is any change in the POM, okay, there is any change in the dependency, in the structure, in the library we are using, even if it is using without other than JDK, then it will not be executed, because we if let's suppose you have implemented some information with the JDK 21, if JDK 21 providing a feature which is not in JDK 17, then developer 2 will be able to execute automate Maven build with JDK 21. When developer 2 will create command get push, okay, this will not be executed. It will become fail, because the library or feature with JDK 21 is being pushed, but here on GitHub we have repository and it is configured with JDK 17. So when this will become fail, it will notify that your workflow is failed. So everyone configured with those emails will be notified, and they will be able to know that's why this is being failed. Then they can understand, okay, there is something change in the JDK, so that we can change this workflow which is defined with JDK 17. Okay, Here we should need to change JDK 21. Okay, this is distributor. You can change any other if you want. And now I will just pushing this changes and Maven automate Maven build. Okay, just I will commit changes and these will be pushed automatically, and here you will be able to see the workflow. Okay, okay, it is executed 2 times, so let me check either it should be successful or not. Here you can see, guys, everything is being downloaded, whatever we have implemented, and here is also we executed the project. So it is failed with Maven. Let me check what is the issue. Okay, what mistake we have done. I will go into action and let me stop this one because it is the same one. Now I will be moving to my workflow. Sorry, we don't need this one, and we have changed the name of this file. Okay, okay, so here what is JDK 17? Yeah, one mistake I have done, and it is to mention. Okay, let me do this change from code. So I will be doing cancel it, and let me show you. Let me delete also this one. Okay, guys, so now I will be creating git pull. You know that that workflow file is created on GitHub, okay, and that is placed on GitHub, and from GitHub I logged in with GitHub, and from here I just created that pull command, committed that changes, and on that push it was executed because we have defined in workflow on push branch, master branch, whenever do push something, it should be executed. So now we have done from here. Now I want to push from local. So that workflow file is not available on my local machine. For that, what I have to do, I will execute command git pull. Okay. Here you can see we have we have Docker image which is commented, and when I will create git pull, here you will be able to see Maven. Okay, now you have this one. So what is the issue with this workflow? Okay, on push and pull request, whenever someone get pull request, it this workflow again will execute, so that before cloning that before downloading all those stuff, before pulling all those stuff which is on GitHub, it should be executed and tested. Okay, so I believe here is the issue. Now git status. Yeah, we have these two changes. I will get add of these changes. Now I will check status should be changed. Great. Now I will push. Okay, it is pushed, and now we will check either workflow is working or not. It should be running because we have pushed the changes. Okay, this has not been executed. Let me test it again. Okay, One git command I missed, git commit. I did not commit. Okay. Fix Maven command. Okay. Now I will run git push. So what happened when I did not commit? Actually, it was changes on my local. So now our workflow should be triggered. Fix Maven command and let's see. These are the steps we define. Now build with Maven is executing, which is build with Maven, this name. We have fixed this, we have automatically successfully run this, and now we are build with Maven. Okay, now issue with the updating graph, and it is successfully run with Maven build. Okay, actually we don't need this dependency, so let me commit this. I will explain you what is the purpose and usage of this. So right now I will execute same and removed Maven graph step git push. Now you will not be able to see update dependency Maven graph name because we have removed this one. So now we need to push it again to let the workflow trigger again. Removed Maven garage. Okay, this is a typo mistake. Now you will be able to see that all these steps should be executed successfully. Okay guys, great. So now it is clear to take this responsibility by GitHub Action, and I don't want to repeat these steps again and again. I let this responsibility to hand it over to GitHub to execute this workflow. So guys, in next session what we will be doing like we will be involving our Docker. Okay, in next session what we will be doing, we will be doing Docker to build image. Okay, I will ask GitHub and I will create GitHub flow. Okay, in GitHub flow we will create, okay, please log in to Docker engine, and after creating login, and after creating images with the Docker compose or Docker file, these should be pushed to Docker. I want to build image through Docker, and that image should be pushed to Docker Hub. Okay, so to do this, what steps will be taken? Let me share my screen and show you. First of all, I will share you the steps. Okay, so these are the steps we will be cover. First of all, in last session we have covered Maven clean install. We also did on my local machine, and we also did through this workflow. And right now what workflow, first step will be to check out. Okay, what actually workflow will do, it will check out the all source code from our local repository, whatever repo we have mentioned. Let me show you the repo here we have shared master repo. Okay, so it will check out the code on Linux runner. Here is the runner we Ubuntu mentioned. Then next step we will be tell workflow. Okay, then set up our JDK, because this JDK will help us to build this code, and it will run Maven build, step number 3. So these already we have done, and we will be moving forward with step number 4. We will need to log in our Docker, because running creating images and running as a container on Ubuntu, you will not be able to access, because we don't know the machine GitHub using Linux where it exists, because it is under the hood. So we will be using our Docker registry hub, and we will first log in, and then we will build and push to Docker hub those images. What image we will be working with right now in this session, I will be using this Docker file to do all of this. Okay, this will help out to build image, and then this image will be moved to Docker hub. Okay, so to do all of this, to complete this workflow which I presented in the screen, how we can do this, let me write the steps. Okay, here is our workflow Docker image. I just rename it to Docker image. uh, Let me correct this image. Docker build and push images. Okay, so what should be the next step? First of all, we need to write the credentials. We need credential to log in. What step was according to our documentation? That was checkout. Okay, first it's need to check. Sorry, we have already done checkout. Here you can see this one is setting up JDK, and this is Maven build. So what fourth step is just to login to Docker hub. Okay, and now I will write uses Docker login action at the rate 2 version 2. You can also use the latest one. So then with username and password. Okay, so here you must be entering your username and password of GitHub. No, sorry, you will be entering username and password of your Docker hub, not GitHub, because we are going to log in to Docker hub. So here I will be providing, this is my username, and this one is my uh, password. Okay, now what is the next step? After login, what I need to do, I need to just build and push the image. First I will define name, and for that what are the uses? Docker build push action at the rate version 6. Okay, now what, yeah, here is the mistake. Action docker build push action, docker build push action. Okay, now is the width. We will write push, which should be true, and tags max the service DevOps demo 2. Okay guys, what is the issue with push? Okay guys, so these are the steps I have mentioned here. We have added another step. We will then, after Maven build, we will log into GitHub and then it will build and push using uh, your Docker file. So you can also provide here context. If you don't provide, then it use default one. So context dot mean current directory. So you can also use this one, otherwise you can also skip this one. So now we will push this new file, okay, renamed file, and we'll see that how it works. First of all, I will check get status. Okay, just need get add get commit message docker build and push update, and then we will create git push. Let's see what happens. Step 3 done. It is running step 4. Here you can see it is also doing all the stuff required. Maven build, and after Maven build it will log in to great login successful, and now it is building and pushing images. So here all the messages you can see, everything is going good. Oh great. So also it is also pushed login and push done as well, and post Strava 17, and now we have completed our job, and let's see what is the status. Ooh, great. So we have done successfully. Now I will show you the these what image we have pushed demo to. Let me show you either demo 2 we have or not on the. Here is our repository, and then I will check if there is demo 2 available. Ooh, great. Here you can see that here is available demo 2 with tags, and it would also share the timeline where at what time just published 1 minute ago. Okay, so demo 2 is available. Now we can just pull this image and start working. How the project is deployed you have seen on Docker Hub, and we can start working with this image. Working mean you can just run this project and see the result. So in next session we will be deploying Docker Hub image with Docker Compose, because we have more than one images, and I want to do all of this with Docker Compose. Here what I will be adding another stuff. Okay, now step will be build and push images with Docker Compose. We will repeat this step. So this was actually with the help of Docker file. Docker file. We are going to complete that example with the automation of Docker Compose, where Docker Compose will be used to do all of this, like building all the images, then pushing all those images to Docker Hub, and then we will also be see how to pull those images from Docker Hub. So let's start. Okay guys, today we are going to do a very good example with this diagram. I already have drawn for your time saving. So here we have CLI, our laptop or any machine where we are connected to our GitHub or any our VS Code. Okay, so because we are using VS Code and using CLI command line interface of VS Code, here you can see, and as you know that we are working on our demo project, and today our today's agenda is to do the all the same steps, but with this one we are going to present like we will be building our images and pushing to our Docker Hub, and then again we will be pulling from Docker Hub to our local machine. Okay, so that we can build and pull, and but this, even though this is not important one, because last time we used Docker file, how to build and push with Docker file, and today we are going to use Docker Compose, because it is the latest one approach. With Docker Compose we can build multiple images at a time. So instead of doing one by one, definitely we will be doing and pushing any change in a single project. But if I want to do all of the testing within one go, then we can use Docker Compose. So to start with Docker Compose, let me share you the workflow file, where you will be able to uh, see all the changes, and I will be explaining you, and those changes I already have done for you, and I will be explaining one by one. So let's start with workflow. Okay, here is workflow I have updated, and last time we used hard coded username password, and today I'm going to use username and password created from Docker Hub and used by GitHub. Okay, so your GitHub can log into Docker, and then log into Docker Hub, and then do all the stuffs. Let's suppose when you start working with your local machine, and here you let's suppose I am going to Docker PS. Okay, so it will show me all the containers running. Okay, but because I am already logged into Docker Hub and my Docker desktop Docker is running. If I stop my Docker desktop, okay, if I stop this one, then I will not be able to run this command. Okay, so I ask GitHub Action through GitHub Action. Please use your GitHub Action to log into the Docker. Okay, what is runner, what is demo, building with Maven, setting up Java, we already have discussed. Okay, how to set up these secrets? We can also use environment variable, we can also use secrets. So how to do all of this, let me show you. Okay, for this you will be definitely going to your uh, repository. Okay, let's suppose I am going to my repository, which is demo. If this repository should be public, and if it is private, then you need to go into settings, and here you can set only environment variable, and then you can set secrets and variables. After going to secrets and variable, here I have already set it. So you must know what is the difference between environment secrets and repository secrets. So actually environment variables, if we talk about environment variables, then if we know that there is no any secrecy or any critical information, then definitely we will be using variables. If we know, like I have root and root variable name, so I will be using these one. If I have some secrets information and I don't want to show even on the this interface, then I will be using secrets. So here you can see that I'm not able to see my secrets. So I also have created Docker Hub token, Docker Hub password, and Docker Hub username. So we can use alternate with password or token. I mean, here you can use with password, you can use also Docker Hub token. And how we create Docker Hub token, because when we use Docker Hub, we already know our username and password, as we have maxi service and password I already log in with it. And if I want to create uh, a secret, then definitely I will be moving to my profile, account setting. After going into account setting, here these are the my personal access token. So here you can, like I have created GitHub Action demo, and these are the scope, read, write, delete. Anyone using this auto generated token can use to log into the Docker Hub and perform these action. Okay, so that's why I also created token, and also username password I have used. So now back to the demo. So this was the mechanism to create username password and set into Docker Hub. Now after asking your Docker workflow, Docker Hub action workflow, it will ask Docker Hub. Okay, your workflow will ask Docker Hub to please get login into Docker Hub. Then, sorry, GitHub. Your workflow will ask GitHub to log in into Docker Hub. After login into Docker Hub, then you will be able to run all these commands. It is very simple. That here you can see that I have executed a Docker Compose build. It will build all the images defined in my Docker Compose file. Okay, so here I have used image MySQL, even MySQL 8.0, and container name is MySQL container. And then restart configuration, you can set always or none. So then we have password, username, database name, ports, and networks. So here the beauty of creating network is, when you will run Docker Compose, after building, when you will run Docker Compose up, this MySQL server and your application, which is Spring based application, it will be able to connect with the MySQL server, because these will be on the same networks. Otherwise you will have to configure, you will have to tell, okay, which network I am going to connect with. So this is very important point you have to remember. If we are getting any issue running these application, and if I will execute this core application, core container, and then database, then I might have problem why I'm not connecting to this. I will show you how this problem happen. So right now I'm going to use Docker Compose. Another very important thing, when you will be using Docker Compose in your workflow, please don't forget to mention the path name of your repository. So this repository is my repository on Docker Hub, and this is the image name, and this is the tag. Okay, So this path I already have created. The demo repository I have created with the Maxi service. Okay, so let me show you. Here you can see that this repository I have already created. So if I go back to my repositories, these are the repositories, and here is Maxi service, my repository. Okay, and here I have demo, DevOps and Maxi service for the child repositories, and under this we have images. So how to see images, first I will build and show you. Here we will be able to see all the images. Even here I can show you on Docker desktop, Docker Hub repositories. Here is the demo repositories, uh, we can see. Now back to the important point. So this is very important. Sometime you will run your Docker Compose build, and on pulling you will get some error. Okay, like access denied, resource are not available, something like this. So you must know this. Okay, this is very important point. And then we will be checking uh, before pull images, because after getting pushed successfully we will run this command docker check images, and then after pulling we will run this command again. So either we have uh, this image available or not. Okay, so right now let me check git sorry docker images. Here you can see, sorry, images. Here you can see that we have only MySQL. Okay, and I will show in the workflow as well. So let me clear it. Okay, now I am going to make the changes. Okay, apart from it, I am also going to tell other two methods. Also, you can use these. We already have used this one. By using this method, we already done how to build and pull the images, and this is another way we can also use Docker file, and we can also run this command docker push with path. So this is the same docker username max service. You can use alternate. Okay, so we are going to uh, create run our workflow. So first of all I will check either do we have any changes in this file. Yes, definitely I did. Git sorry git status. Most similar command is uh, git status. Here you can see that we have some changes in docker build push images. Okay, then I will use git add. Okay, so I have only one file, so that's why I'm using dot everything, and then I will check again git status. You can see that it is now in staging between remote and your local machine. So you can also discard it, and you can also commit. So when you will commit it, it will become in the your repository, but in local repository. So here I will be committing docker sorry git commit docker GitHub Action Workflow with Docker Compose build push and pull on Docker Hub. Okay, now I will add git push, and it will hit the workflow. How it will hit? Because I have created on master branch. When it become push, then start workflow. So to see workflow, uh, let me move to the uh, shabash. Okay, demo, and when I will click on actions. Ooh, great. So we have successfully built our workflow, and let me show the steps. Okay, we have used BuildX. So a little bit I want to tell you about the BuildX. What is BuildX? Actually, BuildX is used to when you have working and start building image with multiple environment, and you want to use Docker Hub driver to do all of this Dockerization. Then you can also use this annotation. Okay, then we have setup 17, and we also build with Maven. And one thing also added, another is, let me show you, I have used cache Maven. So here you will see that there is nothing time taking process. So it is did not download all the dependencies again. And another change I did here is just I changed to Maven package from pom.xml instead of clean install. Okay, then we have another login to Docker. Here you can see that successfully we get logged into Docker. Here is, then we have build Docker compose services. Yes, we also run Docker compose. Here all we have done. Here you can see that there must be demo and MySQL. Compose started, and here let me show you, sending this build core build. Okay, and uh, exporting layers. So by following this Docker file, because internally Docker Compose use this Docker file, and then it successfully exported these also layers and downloaded our core image. Okay, then we use Docker push Docker to Docker Hub. Okay, here you can see that we MySQL already was in place, so it was skipped. And then we use demo. Here is the demo, you can see that it was pushed. Okay, then we used pull. What pull? Actually here you can see that Docker demo are available, and we successfully pulled, right? And then pull Docker compose images from Docker Hub. Sorry, this was before pull. I just execute this command, then repository, and the repository 22 seconds after pulling demo was available. And then we have pull. Okay, push Docker on Docker Hub after pushing. Yes, this was, and we successfully pulling core and MySQL. And then we again run this command. Here you can see that MySQL and these are the other images also available. So what is the difference between this and that? There is no different demo and all of this. Demo, yes, MySQL. Here we can see that we pulled also MySQL as well, because demo was already there. And then these are the post login and post setup, everything clear logout or clearance what we have configured. So guys, this was very important configuration, and how we can use Docker Compose to do all of this, because most of the time developers use Docker Compose, and that's why I created this video for you to just go into detail and see. And let me show you the images under repository. Maxi service demo, there must be images available. Yes, here you can see that we have latest 5 minutes by Maxi service last pushed. So recently we pushed it, so it is latest one. We can also use this image, we can also pull and run this image. We have covered GitHub Action Workflow architecture design and use case where we have completed successfully Spring Boot application with Maven build, and then we did with GitHub Action Workflow how to log into Docker Hub and how to build and push images to Docker Hub, and also how to build push images to Docker Hub apart from pull. So all of this we have done successfully, and sessions are also available. You can watch on my YouTube channel Max the Service. And now today definitely we have done with backend to automate all the CI/CD workflow. Right now I'm going to also develop a workflow for the front end application. For that we are using uh, Node Angular, and here workflow will remain same. What are the changes? Let me set here. We will be using in place of Java Node.js. Yeah, we will be replacing Node.js. Okay, there must be Node.js installed, whatever version. It's also depend either you are using latest one or. So we don't need a Maven build here, right? Here we will be using npm CLI. Yeah, here we will be using npm. For dependency management we will be using npm, and we will be using login to Docker, and then we will be using building pushing to the Docker Hub, and at the end we will be using we will be running all the images and see how the application runs. So it is very good example for beginners, and also for if you are going to learn from the scratch and step by step how to set up your GitHub Action Workflow with your front end application using Angular, whatever technology you are using, because base is the npm and Node. So for Node.js, I will be using version 22 point something, like 17.0. Okay, so I will also check npm version and we can also see. So first of all, let me show you the architecture structure of, because we have done with our demo application. Let me collapse, and here we have a demo UI, and here you can see it's a Docker file with the version node version this, and These are the basic commands when we will build this image. Actually our Docker hub driver will run this image and build the image. Will this file read this file while building the image. Okay, now we are in the Docker UI folder. So first of all, I will check either I am able to run this application locally or not. So first of all, I will run npm ng npm serve npm install. Okay, after running this, I will run just ng serve. It will run Node.js server and serve this application with default uh, port, which is 4200. Okay, so this is the first because we have already done this in last previous sessions with Angular. You can go to the playlist with Angular application and can you search it. Okay, now just to save time, I will be clearing it. Let me delete this one to avoid confusion. Now what I need to do, I need to create a workflow, and for that I can also create workflow file from here, and we can also create from GitHub Action. So in last tutorials we have created from GitHub Action, and but right today I will be just copying this file and I will be placing here, and I will be renaming this uh, Angular app. Okay, and here I have to remove all the unnecessary, and I have to mention the right things. Docker image CI master, yes, we have on master branch, and then I don't need to do any change. Here is the image name. Okay, yes, our runner is Ubuntu latest, so we don't know this one. Yes, it is about checkout, Docker build. No, okay. Here we need to change about the, because here we will be using Node.js, not this one, not JDK. Okay. To check with this, first I will change this configuration. What configuration these should be? It should be like uh, remove this first. Yes, I need this login. Let me write one by one. Uh, Checkout, and then here I have to mention uh, name, name, use node, uh, yes, and what I should be using, uses, actions, setup, node @version 4, and then I will be using with node version, and that is 22.17.0, and then I will be using cache. For cache I will be using npm1 npm. Okay, so as we have used cache like Maven, to avoid downloading every time, I will be using cache node manager. Okay, then why I am having issue here? Yes, then we have again run command, run npm CI, then we have run npm run build if present, otherwise it will perform issue. Okay, and okay, this is the main commands which we need to check either our workflow run and build this image or not. Okay, and anything else, let me check if we can add. No. So just to for testing purpose, I am deleting rest of stuff. No, I am commenting, not deleting. Just to check either our workflow works or not, right? Okay. Just I replaced with JDK to note. So let me check git status. Yes, we have added one file. Git add git status. Here we have Angular app. Git commit added Angular app CI CD. Guys, one thing you have to remember that we already have GitHub workflow folder. You must have, if we are going to create manually your workflow, you must have this. Okay, so now let me commit and git push. Okay, let's see either our workflow gets successfully run or not. To check this, I will be moving to our I'm already on my demo UI folder, and here I'm checking. I believe we will be successfully running this workflow. Command line interface. Okay, great. It's building. It would be great if we get build this one. You also remember that what image name I have? Here is. I will be replacing this one because I have not with Shahid Hussain Abbasi. It's a maxi service. Because right now I'm logged in with building this image on the uh, GitHub here by using this runner. So I successfully run this build. Now I want to log into Docker Hub, and then I want to build and push on the Docker Hub. So for that, what changes I need to do? First of all, I have to log in first. Okay, here you can see that we already have created username password for our GitHub. And one thing more, because last time I created username password for the different repo. If you must check either you have created username password under this repo or not, right? So for that I will be moving back to demo UI, and I'll check, go into settings, and then I have to go into secrets and variable. Then I have to click on actions, and here you can see I already 4 hours ago I already created. Simply you can go new, create repository secrets. Here is your name, and then your value, whatever your password or username is. Okay, so now I will be going back, and let's see. Yes, this CICD we have successfully run, and now what we need to do, we need to log in and push our Docker image. For that, yes, I am going to provide username password. This is not mandatory to get login. Okay, and then I don't need all of these, because yes, I also don't need this one. I will be using this method because I have Docker image, and here I will be pasting, and now here I provided tags maxi service. Here is your username of your Docker Hub. Okay, because after login I have to provide that one. So I don't need to provide this as well. And context, when it will start building our image, it will read current Docker file. This one. It will run all these commands to get it built, because it will run npm install everything on the Docker Hub, and then it will start building image. Okay, so to do all of this, I must go and check again git status. Here is changes in Angular app, clear, git add, git commit message, login to Docker Hub, build and push the image. Okay guys, then I have to push to trigger the event for this workflow. Git push. Guys, here you can see 30 minutes ago, and it will be changed few seconds or something, changes in time. So after pushing the image, it will this time will reflect, and then we will be able to pull the latest image. Now it is trigger, and let me check. Yeah, log into Docker Hub, build and push the image. Let it finish first so that we can see latest image on the Docker Hub. It is building the our npm install build, because it will collect all the dependencies to required to build this project. It is building and pushing the to the Docker Hub. So it is now building, and then it will start pushing. Okay. It will start reading our Docker file. Here you can see all these steps are being, now it is running run install Angular CLI and rest of on Docker Hubs, and now it is running install, and then it will exporting. Now it is pushing our image demo UI to the Docker Hub. Here you can see it is connected to Docker IO and pushing. Yeah, it is done. Great. Now it is executing post actions. Now it is done, and let us try to see it on the Docker Hub. And definitely we will pull this and start. I did not pull using workflow, so I will be pulling myself, because in last session we did pull with this GitHub Action Workflow, and now I will be pulling myself, so that uh, here if I refresh, 1 minute ago, you can see that we have 1 minute ago. And now if we check, we can pull this image by this command. Okay, now I copy this one, and if I go to the console, yeah, last time I used console of Docker Hub. Right now I will be using console of my local machine here. Last time I executed all the commands from here. Right now I am using it because Docker Hub, Docker desktop is installed on my local machine, and that's why Docker Hub, Docker engine also connected with Docker desktop. So whenever I will be executing any command, it will be connected to Docker Hub by Docker desktop. So right now I'm going to execute clear sorry, Docker images. Here you can see we have only demo and MySQL, and I believe these two are also running as a container. To check container, I will be using Docker PS. Okay, these containers are running. Clear? Now I will use Docker pull demo UI latest pull. Okay, after pulling this image, I will check again how many images we have, and then I will run that image as a container. So it is pulling from Docker Hub to local uh, Docker desktop on your local machine. Okay. Okay, these are the basic workflow which we need to you have to remember. And one another thing, you might have problem related to your node versions. Please, whatever your node version you are using with your Docker file, here I'm using this one. If you have installed your node version something else on your local machine, or then you will not be able to run this image. You will get exception, detected version something else, and required version is something else. So please keep in knowing that you are using same version what we have on the machine runner, then you must be using the same version in Docker file. And also we let me check. Here you can see that uh, our containers. Let me show you how many containers we are running. So let me, yeah, Docker ps. Okay, these are the running containers. With ps it shows only the containers, but ps with a it is only show the running active containers. So before 57 minutes ago we executed MySQL, and before 90 hours I executed demo, our backend application. Okay, this is something which I have to I don't know what is the response of this service called succeeded, and what last time we used any service user add get post authorization header body. Okay, if I execute add API it will respond me with the this record. Yeah, it is added. If I provide markup, then I will be able to see. Okay, internal server error because I might be possible. It is not. It is problem with unique email. Yeah, great. So this one is other record has been saved. So we can also use get user registration. No, get users. This must, yeah, this is both users we have created. And now I will be checking again either. So it is taking some time which should not complete, only one layer is pending. So after this I will be able to run this front end application with the docker run command. In the meanwhile, let prepare that command. uh, I create docker run port 4200 4200, then name of container UI container, and then we have networks demo, and what else we have, max the service demo UI. This is guys image name and tag is latest. Okay. Okay, great. So now we can check docker image, docker. Here you can see image is available. Also we can see that here is also available. Okay, and now I will be running this image. You can also run this image as a docker container from here, and we can also use the our local host. So I will be pasting this docker run port, name of container, networks demo, max the service account name, then image name, and then latest. So let's see. Docker run, okay, networks, this should be network. Just I am providing network for safe side because they should be on the same network. Okay, here is we have been using this is backend, our backend server, and now okay, great. If I click on this, it will navigate to me on the browser, and here I can see response of our local application. Yeah, great. Here you can see that your app is running. Okay. Okay, now I also have to check containers. Here you can see two containers, and now we will be able to see three containers. Docker PS. Yes. Here is another one UI container. As we have seen what architecture we have done and understand how we can push our Docker images to Docker Hub, okay, with the help of CI/CD pipeline workflow, with the help of GitHub Action. Actually, GitHub Action help us to do all of this automatically. Just we create instruction in the YAML file where we create job, runner, workflow, everything, and we just add steps. And last time we just went for Angular front-end application, how we can build, deploy, and push and pull on the Docker Hub. So today we are going to achieve another milestone, which is, I believe everyone will like it, and that is CI/CD pipeline deploy application on the AWS. Ooh, great. So when here in this video you will create EC2 instance, and then you will create some other stuffs, all that instance. I will show you how to do all of this. You can simply commit your changes, and automatically your your machine will build image with the help of Docker repository and GitHub workflow, with the help of runner, which is Linux, and all dependencies we have already discussed. Then it will be logged into GitHub to use default Docker driver to build all the images, then push on those Docker Hub. Because once we have images on Docker Hub, then we can pull our images from Docker Hub to our EC2 instance. Anywhere we can deploy. So what actually we are going to achieve, that is here you can see. Here is local machine, what we have, okay. And on this machine we will be just building our images with the help of our workflow file. And here is GitHub repository. Here is your code, and with the help of GitHub Action we will be pulling all these images, pushing Docker Hub after login, and then we will be pulling from Docker Hub to EC2 instance. Before that we have some configuration with the connectivity of EC2 instance on Docker Hub, because this EC2 instance runner should be mentioned here and configured to tell the Docker GitHub that here is the instance mentioned and configured. So whenever you pull the images and run, you must use new created runner, not the last one which we were using default one, Linux. So all of this can be achieved like here. So I will just here putting EC2 instance, okay. Let's suppose this is your EC2 instance. If I can find the better, okay. So after pushing on the Docker Hub, I will be using another step here. It will pull the images and run, okay. We will pulling all those images and running as a containers, okay. And also we need to configure. Here I have to create another box which should combine here is our actually GitHub. This one is repo and this one is workflow. So we need to also configure our EC2 instance with the GitHub repository and workflow. EC2 to instance configuration, because this needs to know that okay, when we run workflow needs to know which is the runner, where is the runner when we deploy, because we will be pulling images from Docker Hub, and when we will start running, this must know the actual runner. So how it will work, let me show you. To complete all those steps I will not do at all, and just I will add these configuration like we have these one. Okay, to do this, first you have to go to your uh, GitHub repo. You must select this repo, and then you have to go to settings. Okay, and here settings, under action, you must select runners. Okay, you must have runner here. Okay, so here I need to create a runner. Okay, because creating project, creation of project, we have already done, and so it is saving a lot of us time. So next step is to create instance, ET2 instance, and the third one is configuration of this. So before starting this, I must consider Linux, and here this one is my configuration. Before configuring this, I must create our instance. Another thing which I wanted to tell you, that you must check the login criteria. You must have login credential set of GitHub Action. We already set. So let me show you again. Secret and variables. After clicking on secret and variables, here you should go action. Okay, here we have already provided MySQL and also Docker Hub token, username, password. You can use any one token or password with the username. So I am using password at the moment, and now I will go back again, and because I want to configure my runner with the new Linux runner. Okay, so here you can see we must create folder. Even you can skip this one. but I will be going one by one instruction. So first of all I will copy this. It will make directory action runner and then it will move to action runner folder. Here you can see, okay, file already exists. Then if it is exists, then I have to move to action runner. So I am now in action runner, and then I have to download the runner package. Might be possible, this already done by me. After running this, yeah, it is started downloading and it will complete. Okay, we have downloaded and extracted the package. Okay, after downloading, then we are going to configure with the repo. Here you can see URL of our repository, and then it is also along with token. So it should be available on EC2 instance. Okay, great. Here you can see authenticated. Wow, runner group to add this runner, so you can provide your default whatever. Let's suppose you are going to provide demo, self-hosted runner group name demo, could not find, so then we will be providing latest to add default. After that we need to it is also asking for enter the name of runner. So our runner is self-hosted, something like, yeah. Do we need to provide this one? Yeah, self-hosted. Here I am going to provide that one, self-hosted. Enter additional label. So same, I am going to provide the self-hosted. Runner successfully added. Runner connection is good. So now guys, here you can see your EC2 instance is connected with your GitHub repository. Okay, when this GitHub action will run, let me, yeah, when this GitHub action will execute, it will already configured and it is going to pull and run this image as a container on the EC2 instance. Okay, how it will be going to do, I will show you everything. Now enter the name of work folder. So work folder, we are going to press enter for dash work. So I'm going to, yeah, settings saved. Now what should I do? I thought we should provide work folder, but right now let it go. And here we have provided, I also already explained everything. So now what we have done everything about, let me go and check with the architecture. Here all of this we have already done. We have introduced new self runner instead of this. Yes, this will be also your Linux runner will being used with the connection of GitHub. So sorry, Docker Hub. Your GitHub will use this runner to build image on the GitHub repository, and then it will push to Docker Hub. And then our next job is, first is build and push, then next is to deploy. This deploy job will just pull this image to EC2 instance and it will run this image as a container. Now I will be going back and on my local machine, whatever I have done and recorded, and it is available everything on my YouTube channel, Max the Service. And now I'm going to achieve this one. After configuration, workflow running, doing everything, login and pushing to the Docker Hub. We have also pulled images on the Docker Hub and run everything locally. So now I want to deploy these containers, these images on the remote EC2 instance on Amazon, where I will be trying to connecting these one. So now what changes I need to do? I need to actually provide deploy. So another job I am going to deploy, because this build job we have done, and another job I want to complete with this, which is deploy. To deploy, first we need to recheck again. Okay, we have setting queue, then first we have checking out repository, then it's a queue if more than one. It is actually platform independent, and then we have if more going to work with more than one containers, and we need to use default Docker container driver, then this is the option, good option. And then we have setting up our JDK, then we are going to build the package with skip test. You can also remove this class if you don't have special in the test class. Then we have to log in to our Docker. How to set up secrets I have already shared with you the process, and then we are going to compose, pushing all these images whatever we have in our compose Docker compose file. So actually we have MySQL and this one demo. So after this we will check how many images are, then after pulling, then again we will be checking how many images are. So now we are going to all of this we have done, and now I am going to do another thing, which is deploy. Under deploy, what I will do, I will first tell runs on self runner. So what is, guys, self runner? Here we have already created. Okay, here you can check. Here is use this self hosted, your runner name is self hosted in workflow job. So it, the configuration say that when you specify your runner, you will be providing this one. Okay, so I will be using self hosted. Then we have provided a runner, then we need to provide steps. What steps should be taken on this runner? Okay, and here I will be providing first name of the runner, check docker installation. Okay, I always miss installation. What is this? Okay, no problem. Okay, then okay, yes, here I have to provide name, and then check docker installation. Then we have the command to check this. What command should I run? Here is run. We actually use pipeline. If uh, double quotes dollar sign, here I need to provide the command. It will check the docker version. Then after checking docker version, it will provide us error, docker is not installed, and it will exit with code 1, close FR. And now I need to provide another name, steps. Sorry, another step is pull image from docker hub, because docker is installed on our EC2 instance machine, Amazon AWS, and now I am going to pull that image. For to pull, I will again run sudo docker pull max the service demo latest. So this you need to remember. What is this? This is account name on your GitHub, and then this one is tag of your latest is tag, and demo is image name. So you absolutely copy and paste the whatever you have provided in the pushing during pushing. So because I have pushed these images during uh, after docker login and everything, I have also showed you how I have done all of this with different methods. This one, the for third method, we have also used how to use with docker command and also the other options. Now it will push this image from the docker hub, okay, and then I will run command. I will run another step. What is that? Delete existing container. I will check if there is already because when I will pull this container image, and then I need to run this image as a container. Before that I have to check either this container exists or not. To do this, then I will run another command. To run more than one command, we need to provide pipe if to start command. You know that we have to provide double quotes and dollars and bracket. Sudo docker ps to check अगर docker कंटेनर ऑलरेडी इक्वल है तो फोर्सफुली डिलीट कर दो with name demo, okay. Otherwise then sudo docker remove demo, okay. It will check forcefully if there is equal to demo container, then it will remove that one, okay. Then closing class is this one. Now what we need to do now, we need to run this container, okay. Now I will be running this image as a container. Sudo docker run, what port should be 8080 and 8080 host and loc exposed. Name of the container is demo, and network demo. Why I am going to provide network? Because if I will run this service demo as a container, then it will not be able to connect with any other service. Like if you have front end or any database, then we need to provide network so that all of these should be on the same network. Otherwise we have to go for further more configuration. To avoid all of this, I am just using this one. And now at the last you have to provide the max the repository image path demo latest, okay guys. So this is our next step, how to pull and deploy. Here if I show you, here all of this we have done. We have developed workflow how to build and how to log in and then push image to the docker hub, and we locally run and pull these images in last previous few section. So in this part we will be just deploying. All of these already configured settings we have, because you will be providing this Docker Hub link. So sorry, GitHub link, so you can also clone and start working this here. This is very good example to check any dependency if it is already installed or not. Okay, then we need to check Docker version. Great, now it is installed, and I am going to check, do we have any other image? Docker image. Yes, there are number of images. No image. First I need to login. Doctor login. Okay, I have to press copy this, and then I have to log in by copying this. Here, and then I have to provide this to make sure that confirm. After confirmation it will allow me. Okay, login succeeded. Now I can run any Docker command. Okay, there are no any image. Okay, permission to track to run. Okay, leave it. Now I will execute MySQL because I don't have any image, any container, so because my application will be starting with MySQL connectivity. So to do this I must run command docker uh, run, where is name of container MySQL. Okay, this is the name of service, and then we have port 3306. Then we have environment variable MySQL user root user. What is that? Let me show in the command. Root user root password. Root user equal to root. Then we have environment. Then another we have MySQL root password. Again we have root. Okay, so we need to provide network, which is demo, and the image name of is MySQL 8.0. Okay, that should be available on Docker Hub, because we don't have this image on our Docker, so we can check either this we have or not. If we have, then we can also ask our, where I can check, you can see, yes, we might have this on our repository. No, we don't have this image on our Docker. Okay, so yes, we have demo MySQL. Yes, this one we have, We can also ask our EC2 instance to pull from here. If we ignore this, then a Docker automatically download from Docker Hub. It's a Docker registry. So let me run this command with sudo OK network. I think I need to provide one more dash with network. Yeah, so it's downloading locally, unable to find image locally, so it's downloading from Docker Hub. It's its own registry, so it will be available for us, so that when we run our container demo service, MySQL should be available, so that it automatically create database with the command, this command automatically create if not exist, and then it will start connecting and we can run this. So now we need to run this workflow again. Get status, so there is no change. Up here we can rerun the same workflow and get pull to get latest changes. There is no changes on the remote repository, so let me go with rerun the workflow. Okay, because I did not do any change, and rerun the jobs, rerun all jobs. Yes, we should run at least deploy one, but for safe side I run again both jobs. So guys, this is very good example for all those who are going to learn GitHub Actions from the scratch, and I also provided some examples in the properties files how to configure your database with Spring Boot application. What is the change between this and localhost? I already shared on session on it, because when you run your application on local machine, you must provide localhost. If you are going to containerization, then this is a service name of your container name. Actually, whatever service name you are going to have, you must provide here the service name, your container name, because when it will start connecting to that container, it must know the container name, because if container name is different, your application will not be able to connect. So whenever we will be running our MySQL, the name of container should be MySQL DB, otherwise it will not run. So in the here actually I run with MySQL, so that was the problem. Now I have to remove this container, stop this container, and then restart container with the same image. So to do this, docker ps running container, okay, permission denied, sudo docker remove container, and here id. Again sudo removed. Now I will run same image MySQL DB. Okay, failed. Container network and network demo not found. Then I have to create network docker uh, network create demo. Okay, Docker network create. We have to use sudo command. Okay, network is created, and now I am going to run MySQL DB service. Is there a container to be able to reuse? Then you have to remove rename container. Okay, it's saying that its container is running already, but that was running before without. So I am going to remove sudo. Here is my container name. Okay, now I will running this container. You have to remove rename container with that name. Oof. Docker. What is the status of same? And I am going to sudo docker ps. Yes, why it is not going to delete? Force yes, deleted. I'm also going to remove the image. Docker images, sudo docker images. Docker removed image. Okay, it is removed, and now I'm going to run. Yes, now my container service name will be MySQLDB, so that when I will run my application, my demo service, it will start connecting this. It will search MySQLDB. If it is available, then it will start connecting this. Here you can see that your server is going to start. Okay, now our MySQL server is running, and now let's connect with this job. What is the status? Still it is hanging. Okay, I'm going to delete this workflow. Now I'm going to also cancel this workflow. Now I'm going to change a little bit, just space, to get this workflow. Run again, push. Yeah, I believe now we'll successfully run this workflow, because I am showing you all the challenges what I am having. So I will also check either my runner is running or not. Okay, offline. Ooh, it should be online. What command was that? .sh, something like this. Yeah, this one sh, because this must be listening connected to GitHub before you run this your workflow. Okay, now I'm back to my workflow and I believe I'll be able to run this workflow successfully. Great. Now you can here you can see, because before that it was not able to run. It is going to check installation. If we have already done, then it is going to pull from Docker Hub because we are connected with this, and now it is already downloaded. Oh, great. Now it is going to remove if already there is container. Here you can see your container is going to run. Ooh, great. Now port is 8080, and now it will start connecting with database. If database is available, it will connect, otherwise it will create demo DB and start working. Now here you can see, actually this is what actually it is running. Yeah, this one thing more, because guys we are using sudo, because everything we have installed with sudo. That's why sudo is root, with root permission, root user. So that's why we are using sudo. Actually this is not better, good practice for professional environment. So to present this demo successfully, just I use this. Now it's going to run. Let's see if there is anything happening. Why it's taking time? Might be possible it's creating database. So guys, after running this workflow, now I believe you are able to see all of this. I have successfully explained you everything apart from building, deploying, pulling, pushing, whatever, log into Docker Hub, and then everything. Now it's 100% pure workflow, 100% complete workflow. You can implement anywhere in any environment. Definitely there must be some concern of securities configuration like this. So you can also uh, configure, and it's actually depends on your organizations, your whatever environment you have. So that's why it's a general example for you to go through. So I believe, I'm sure you enjoyed it, and you will give me some marks with some good comments, with liking and sharing in your circle. So this demo is for beginners, professional, everyone, because everyone want to learn GitHub Action Workflow, and any language. Even I also presented you front end Angular and back end Spring Boot. Any technology, any language you can, with Go or React, whatever, .NET, whatever platform you are using, you can implement this one. So this is for you learning, and I'm sure you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. And if there is any issue with this job, you must take care. Here you have seen that it is successfully run, and now you can test this demo at your own, and you can see. Okay, so I'm going to quit, because I don't know how much time this service will take. So let's connect in comments, and I'm waiting for your feedback. Thank you. Bye. Okay, please subscribe my channel if you are not subscribed yet, and also do like, share in your circle these videos, and also provide your valuable comments. And I hope you will be liking and sharing, so that I will be continuing with rest of the technologies and tools sharing with you. Thanks.